Good evening, this is your psychic LJ reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, this is your psychic... Ooh. I'll just get this up so I can watch the chat on YouTube as well. It's 11:05 UK, 11:05 PM UK time, heading towards the witching hour. Are you there? Hiya, Stooge. Hiya, Nana. Alston, just up the road. Good evening, California. Hi, everybody. Just get this mic right. Can you hear us all right? Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Are you all right? Your real name's Nancy? Good evening, Nancy. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody around the world. I hope you're all keeping well. Hiya, Debbie. And apologies for Sunday. I had gone out and I was absolutely exhausted. I had loads on. And I got some nice messages saying that you'd missed us and that. But I'm back, raring to go. How's everybody doing? I'll just push that back a bit. Okie dokie. In these crazy, crazy times, eh? Hiya, Teddy. Oh, I like it when people call us Lulu. My friend little Karen calls us Lulu. Hiya, Muse Master. You're worried about your finances? Well, I haven't prepped anything. I'm just going to go with the flow. We're going to go with the flow tonight. Hiya, Paula. You having a girl? Oh, that's lovely. A baby girl for Paula. So I just thought we're going to look into the crystal ball. We're going to see what's going on again. Crazy times, aye? I mean, obviously I covered a lot on the looking glass last night, but I might do some remote viewing tonight, actually, guys. Because there's only so much if you keep covering, and I covered a lot last night. And anybody who didn't see the looking glass, it's on YouTube. And you can check back, because sometimes things don't always fall into place straight away. But I thought I'm going to do some raw remote viewing again tonight, and I'll see what I can see. Sometimes when it's hidden locations, unknown locations, and I just get images what I get, and I'm sharing you what I get most nights. We'll do that and we'll see what comes up. And I'm going to have a quick look in another scry. I've just had a message off Jackie saying, will she send shout out to the people in Ireland, because they're all upset because there's been a lot of different refugees have been moved onto the island. I don't know which part of Ireland. I don't know if it's Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland. I'll have a look tonight. But, you know, you don't mess around with the Irish. You know what I mean? Hiya, Trace. So, people are worried. And it's interesting how they're using islands all the time. With the other situation to do with the school, I had put a post out on Facebook if anybody hasn't seen it. No, I didn't see Tucker last night. What happened to a Tucker? Fill us in, please. I haven't been watching much news. What's happened with Tucker? Does anybody know? But there was the carry on with a school on the Isle of Man where they had got a drag queen in, and it wasn't very nice. He was telling the children what to do with a CONDOM, using a DILDO to get children to practice, which is absolutely disgusting. And so, you know, the school stopped it, and who's passing this. Is this Parliament? Interesting, isn't it? How these individuals in Parliament are passing everything, but they're putting things off onto islands around the British Isles. She showed J6 videos and they have never been seen. Oh dear me, I'll have to check it out. Laurie, I never even knew. I mean, I've seen it come up on the feed on YouTube, but I've never even seen it. Hello there, Jilly Girl, another fellow Geordie. Wow. I'll have a look at that. I'll check out in my cards tonight. It's media, isn't it? It's all part of the corporation. I just got to drink a coffee before I start up. Know what's happened with France? It's good because we all stick together, don't we? And then you can fill us in and then I can look into it all. What's happened in France? The thing with what annoys me about this drag queen carry on with the kids in school, it's making people in the LGBTQ, sort of community, it's making us look like perverts and we're not. Do you know what I mean? I know a lot of queens and they wouldn't do that with children. You've got to draw the line here. It's absolutely despicable. Do you know what I mean? Children don't need to be exposed to stuff like that. Good God. I've been saying this for a while. We're definitely living in biblical times, like. We definitely are. Definitely are. They definitely want we're divided. And it's so awful. We've just got to raise the vibrations, haven't we, guys? They definitely are, Johnny. They definitely are. I just think that it's going to take the voice of parents. It's I've been saying this for a while. 2023 is the fight of the fittest, and fighting for our rights is very, very important at the moment. I'll check that out, Rick. Hi, Dimitra. I'm going to check the videos out afterwards. So they're actually on YouTube. Did you like the healing? You can keep practice rolling your wings in and out, It's good for balancing your chakras. Oh, it's a pleasure. And I will be doing more healing videos. Loads of people have been asking us, Louise, will you do classes and that, And I've mentioned this before. I'm so busy. I've got too much on my plate with readings and that. And so I always said if I was going to do private classes, I would do it as a sort of I wouldn't do it to make money. I would do it like donations and stuff like that, where you get a certificate at the end, and then I would create some sort of like a money tree thing, something like that. But I would rather choose. I think if you're having it as a business, like anybody, you could be teaching somebody who's not very nice on the dark side. So you've got to be very careful when you're handing out your information. Do you know what I mean? And your skills and that. But I like it because I can give free stuff out on the social media. And I think times like this, it's so hard. I charge for readings, as everybody knows. But if as much free stuff as I can put out, I would rather do it that way. And I think this is nice because I think this is like a spiritualist church what we have now, isn't it? Did you miss us on Sunday night? We definitely do. Leave the kids alone. Definitely a campaign against them. But I don't think it's going to go down well over here in the UK. I mean, a lot of the schools over here, some of them are run by the council school board, but a lot of them are run by the church. There's a lot of church schools over here. You know what I mean? And I would think there would be a lot of angry parents if they start pushing it into the schools over here, especially the church schools. I just think that it's sort of like literal in my face, and we're being shown, that government should have no right to tell us what our children needs to know and to teach our children. That goes beyond it, and it's all part of everything falling so there's a new system can be built. A new system can be built. I totally agree. Children should be children. Everything's being pushed with everything on media, social media. You've got to be so careful what your little ones are watching now and everything. Old-fashioned, go back to the basics, old-fashioned. That's what it needs to be. Keep them as kids as long as possible. So where's my crystal ball gone? So I've been really busy. Went to Sleeley Hall. It was absolutely lovely. It looks like a castle, but it's a big mansion hall. And it's a hotel where you can stay overnight or you can visit. They've got a jacuzzi in, a spa. It looks like an oasis, the place. And you can get treatments in there and stuff like that, and beautiful food and loads of different restaurants. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got grounds. It's surrounded by a golf course with loads of acres. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's right out in the middle of the country where the deer is and everything. It's absolutely beautiful. What's happened to Stooge? I want to send you some healing, Stooge. Right, so before everybody start, we'll do my little prayer. And for anybody who needs healing in the audience, you will receive it. It's also timeless. You can write your name in the comment. I'm going to invoke all the angels in before I start, so we get the true answers tonight. Because remember, even mediums can be manipulated by unseen energy, especially at this time on Earth. I've been a practicing medium for over 30 years, but I've grown up around it in my family. It's on both sides. So when we've been in this field a long time, we know where there's tricksters out there and demons can come in. Once you open up, you've got to be so careful. And obviously we've got, the galactic guys as well. You've got to be very careful who you're channeling. It's getting to know them and trusting them. So let's start with my little bell. My little Chinese bell. So if you need healing or you want anybody else to have any healing, or any animals, or you're worried about anything, be it anything, could be a personal problem, could be a money situation, we're going to raise the vibration in this forum tonight. And remember, everything's frequency, everything's energy. So the more that we, keep that energy up, it's going to really help. So I'm casting a circle now, a circle of light for everybody, no matter where you are around the world. Let's start. Oh God, look at my flabby bits. I need to get to the the gym. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Michael. Like the bell, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I ask all my faithful spirit guides to come forth. Jed, White Buffalo, Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, any on-world or off-world beings who are alive, who want to telecommunicate through us. Anybody from the angel realm or any alien sources who are in the spirit world, because they go over to spirit as well, to come forth into this beautiful light circle tonight to give us two answers. We are the children of earth and we want the truth. Yeah, I do have some dumbbells. I need to do some. I used to be quite muscly before blinking COVID. Then I went all flabby. Oh yes, Shola's very busy at the moment. Okay. Right, let's start. Go drink a coffee. God, it's warm in here. I think I might make a curry tomorrow. I might make a chicken curry or a vegetable curry. I don't know yet. Got some veggies in the fridge there, won't need eaten up, so I'll just hide them all in a pot and I'll stick some curry powder in and that and do it that way. I'm just talking out loud. It's menopausal, guys. It's menopausal. Okay, so before we start, I want to send healing and blessings out to everybody around the world with all these derailments and explosions, and that everybody gets the protection, and that what anything sinister is going on, that it will be stopped dead in the tracks. Okay. I also want to send healing and blessings out to the people in Ireland, all over the world, all over the world, all over the world. Okay. Right. I may be repeating what I put in, but I'll try not to with the looking glass last night. Let's see if I can get some more. Oh, there's going to be some big news with Oprah. Is it Oprah Winfrey? There's some big news with her. Okay. It's like, I want to say like they know they're losing, guys, all these controllers, and they're going to be hyping up what the 15-minute cities, the protocol, what has to be said, and you can't say this and you can't say that, and you've got to say person, you can't say male, you can't say female. Woman, you can't say woman, you can't say man. It's all about, they're trying to change everything. And I just think that we're living in very strange times, but exciting times. Exciting times. And I've been saying this for a while. We need to look deep within ourselves, but we are being triggered with a lot of crazy stuff. There's a lot of people in this audience who have children or grandchildren, and we are worried about our future generations with everything what's going on. South Park definitely nailed it. South Park's nailed more than Harry and Meghan. They've nailed a lot. Especially to do with all this woke stuff, you know, like what they're trying to stop. I'm seeing a beautiful flower. This is just pure scrying tonight, guys. And she's such a pure rosebud. And she's shut. She's shut. And she's trying to open as spring comes in. But this is a flower of earth. I've never been given this before. And it's the heart chakra of earth. And it's all our chakras are all opening. And it's a lower chakra where the sexual energy is. It's a higher chakra, it's a throat chakra, it's a tummy area, it's everywhere. She's blooming her flowers out. She's rebirthing. There's a lot of new ideas to come in, and people are going to start connecting more with earth. And we need to protect the trees, guys. We need to protect our trees. So there's strange stuff to happen this year. And as you know, we've had the birds dropping out the skies. Oh, The Simpsons was brilliant. We've had stuff, falling out the skies. And the birds are picking up on stuff. I said this in one of my last garden talks, that watch the birds in the skies. Okay. And it's stuff what's happening that, they're being sneaky about it, because we can't say, well, definitely prove it, but we know what's going on. We know that, mountains and stacks of birds don't just fall out of the sky and stuff like that. So, but there's 2 scientists to come forward with some big news. So you need to watch for this. And it's going to come out with a company, and something about, I'm not sure if it's cyber attack or some frequency attacks. It's frequency attack. And then it's going to be exposed that it could be that it's everywhere. So you need to watch for this. But I'm seeing a company in this crystal ball, and there's going to be big news also, 2 different things. So there's something about cyber attack or frequency attack. But then I'm also seeing a company with some big scandal. And it's all over world news. And I don't know why I'm getting China, but watch for that to come out as well. And also America. Okay. This is really strange. And again, it's something that the elites don't really want. But this is something what's going to come off. There's going to be a baby boom. And I don't know how that comes about, because, my thoughts and what a lot of people say is when people have been, they have, has it lowered the sperm count? But there's going to be a baby boom. And there's mass migration happening all over the world there. So different countries and different people standing up for their rights, because of different cultures. There's going to be a baby boom. It's definitely going to come in. But I don't know if it's before the 2024 election or after the 2020. I feel it's before. I definitely feel it's before. Hi, Bar Closer. Right. Now, I still haven't got the horse off the guy that I know in Ireland, but I will find out if he is. But the Grand National, it's going to be quite a watch. Some people think it's cruel, but it's something I do follow. I'm massively into horse racing and stuff like that. I like horses. I've always grown up around them. But if anybody wants to have a flutter, I think this Grand National this year is going to be interesting in the UK. But it's around about that time there's going to be big news coming out with Parliament in Buckingham Palace. So when's the Grand National? Is that June or is it? No, it's before June, isn't it? There's big news coming out soon. And things aren't good for Harry. Things aren't good for Harry. And I know some people have said that, he's not welcome at the coronation. But I don't know if he could go. He could go. But I also feel that I see Harry with his head hung low and Harry coming back into the UK. It's really strange. So I don't know if things aren't right there between him and Meghan, or there's going to be a lot of changes. If it doesn't come in by no later than the end of the year, you're looking into the beginning of next, so watch for that. All right. I'm seeing some big news to do with a helicopter. So I hope it's not a crash or anything like that. It's going to be on world news. and something about strange sightings, more strange sightings. But there's another more balloons, but this isn't, it looks different. It's like long. It looks like a submarine type of look in the sky. Different shaped objects, flying objects in the sky. So need to watch for that. We'll also need to prepare because it could also be something about another virus on the rise. Or they're planning that. They're planning another virus on the rise. So possibly watch for that as well. So we need to pump up on our vitamins and stuff like that. Yes, something doesn't feel right. Let me get the cards out. Something doesn't feel right to do with this coronation, what's coming in. Elon is worried about going instinct. Well, I think we're underpopulated. Whatever statistics they've said isn't true, I feel. I think Elon's right. Give us a true answer to do with the coronation. We're going to see a lot of sightings. We're going to see definitely a lot of sightings of UFOs this year. Soon, before Easter and into the summer. Okay. I'm not saying it's going to be delayed, but there's going to be some problems and around it. Or some big news to come in around it. And where you've got like the hyphenate here. Like the old man is going, shh, just wait. Something doesn't feel right there. But there's another scandal to come out. You know, something like he said, she said, to do with Harry and the royal family. There's something else to come out before the coronation. So possibly watch for that. And also, I'm getting Princess Anne there. I don't know why. Or Camilla. There's some big news to come out with them, one of them, or both of them. I'm also seeing worry to do with one of their healths. There could be like a hospital situation or something like that. Let's have a look. Are we going to see any more sightings? Because I feel we are. Yeah, we need... Look at this. I've just asked the card that, right? And the spell card studies come out. But it's showing the sky at night. There's definitely activity going on the moon. Definitely. And I'm also feeling that there's something going on strange with time. I mean, is anybody in this audience, do they feel like time's going really fast? Linear time? But we are going to start to, from now, we're going to start to see a lot of sightings. Are they extraterrestrial? Because some of them are military. Are we going to see? Are they going to be extraterrestrial craft? We're also seeing smoke coming out of a mountain. It could be another volcano eruption, or warnings of this around Hawaii. And Iceland. It's a bit of both. What we're seeing is man using extraterrestrial crafts. So like I've always said, I believe that Space Force is already out there. So, you know, we're going to start to see a lot more different type of flying machines out there. It's extraterrestrial and secret military but you normally get a feeling. And I would say that my understanding is that when they come close to you, sometimes when you can see them with nuts and bolts and seams on them, they're normally military, even different shapes, you know, like they look more advanced than the stealth. The ones which are extraterrestrial are very spear-like. They're light ships. But always go with your good feeling. So if say you're walking around late at night and you see a light ship and it lands, and if you're scared, go with your intuition. It's the same as when you're up against somebody. If you feel that they're good or they're bad, go with your intuition, because your intuition now is through the roof. But we'll have a lot of sightings this year. And the extraterrestrials which are flying around, they want us to see this, because now we are coming into our mastery. We are new age man now. We are coming into fifth dimension. So once you see one craft, you will see more. Yes, so Marilyn's Planets put here in Twitch, most UFOs are military aircraft, yes. About 20% extraterrestrial. I totally agree. So we've got to follow our heart. But it's even exciting for us to see like a new type of, flying vehicle out there. And believe you me, they are holding a lot of this back from us. I believe the stealths were here in the 60s. You haven't seen one yet, Pat? Oh, thank you, Rebel. I love that name, Rebel. So today's full moon is in Leo. And how are you all feeling, guys? We're all spiritually ascending. I had a lovely gentleman at the house this afternoon, one of my regular clients, who's now getting contact with star races, a bit like what Bashar does, Darlanka, where he channels Bashar. And he's absolutely amazing. So I'm coming up against a lot of people who are having contact now. So if you are feeling tired, just let your body rest if you can. Nurture yourself. Try to drink more water. Look what's coming in. It's all about courtrooms this year. And courtrooms, conflict, people's rights, with the justice card there. But old laws, that does look very medieval, doesn't it? It's like the balance is coming back. There's going to be talks of old laws coming out. And this is going to be to do with America, UK, and something to do with Russia. Oh, Owen, don't say that. You're not ugly. No one's ugly. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So a lot of people are feeling tired because you'll be clearing away old wounds. When you're detoxing as well, you can feel yucky, so drink more water. So you pee it out more, so it cleanses your body. Try to have antioxidants in your foods and stuff like that. Right, let's have a look. I'm getting problems with ranchers and farmers, so I don't know what that is. And there's going to be some restriction to do with meat. Or a problem to do with beef, meat, something like that. So the planets are helping with, so we need to rest. Take it easy. Excuse me. We need to definitely take it easy. Now, in my looking glass yesterday, I had said that I was a little bit concerned about the ice cap. And if that did fall into the water, that could cause problems. So see, some things are happening naturally and some things are not happening naturally. But the ice cap falling would be like a natural thing. I'm seeing lots of colourful ladies in Africa with their headdresses on and they're all dancing. It's like a tribal dance somewhere in Africa. And then I've seen Meghan and I've just seen Harry, and I don't know if they're going there or something. Round about that time, there's going to be huge news coming out with politics, possibly also to do with around Kenya or somewhere like that. As I look into this crystal ball, there is many different timelines, but there's two timelines of reality very apparent coming out in this crystal ball tonight. There is a manipulation going on with time. But I also think once we start to ascend, we start to, all have different experiences. And then we come out of linear time when we are spiritually ascending. Because as you know, there's no such thing as linear time. There is going to be some problems in Africa. And it's around about that time there's also, I keep saying Harry's face and then I'm saying Charles's face, and there's going to be some big news. So I don't know what that is. See the new coins coming out in the UK. They're holding out with Charles. And I've never really seen Charles on money. But if he is on money, it's not for long. Yes, Marilyn. But I do see Prince William on money. Right, so these 15-minute cities, that's the plan. I don't think it's going to go down well, guys. Somebody had messages saying that they were planning on doing that in Ohio. Is that right? Really strange. Watch for big news coming in with Bill Gates. And I did say that in my last will prediction last night. There's a pop band, something big news to do with a pop band. And also a male singer. I want to say that there's a lot of news coming out with different celebrities this year and next. And there's a singer or a celebrity which I feel is going to go into politics. That's interesting. And that could be to do with the USA. Strange. I'm going to do some raw scrying in the minute. I'm just seeing what I can get for you. So you can't ask the crystal ball anything. You've just got to wait for it to come in. Watch for big news to do with the Prime Minister of Australia. So I don't know what that is. More floods to come in. More crazy weather. I want to send healing and blessings out to the people in New Zealand. And I do feel that this winter could be a strange one. But we're going to get a scorcher of a summer this year, guys. We need to watch our pets, that we don't leave them in the cars and stuff like that. Also, watch for big news coming out with Ellen DeGeneres. I don't think Celine's got long. I know that sounds awful, but problems there. See, I'm never told when someone's going to pass. I don't like to do that because with us being a healer, but I do believe Celine Dion has definitely got a broken heart with missing Rennie. Definitely. No matter what you think of Celine, you know, her and Rennie were very much in love. And our music will just go down in history. Somebody had said to us on one of my YouTube comments, and I was quite shocked actually, why are you sending good thoughts out to Andrew Tate? Well, why not? He's not well. What is wrong with people? So now, if it's not, it doesn't politically fit, or because he's such an outspoken guy, what's called out the system, yeah, you know, you're supposed to hate that person because they've got cancer. You're not supposed to send them good wishes. I'm sorry, but it doesn't work like that. It really, really doesn't. And I hope he gets out. I really, really do. But I'm a little bit concerned there. I'm going to pull some cards out on the Tate brothers. But he was calling too much of them out, you know what I mean? He knows a lot. Once you make that money, once you go high up that ladder, you get to find things out, you know? Do you not think Musk knows stuff? Do you not think Trump knows stuff? They all know stuff. All of them. But Andrew Tate, give us a few true answer to do with Andrew Tate. You can't get that song out of my head. All over the world. He was an influencer, writer on social media. There's a definite feminine energy coming in around on the planet, and that could be where Mother Gaia was shown as the beautiful rose blossoming. There's a lot of Isis energy, goddess Isis I'm getting tonight. He's not well. He's not well. He does need medication. There's Tate. I mean, the laws are so different in Romania, you know. And that feminine energy there is going to try and get him out. I don't know if that's his lawyer, but she seems to be tied up at the minute in knots. It might take another woman and a man to help to get them out. There's a way around it, because I know the USA law is different to the Romanian law. The Romanian law is like a law of its own, you know, but there's a way around it, and she might need to go and get help from some European lawyer to help her. Things will be a lot different, I want to say, with Tate by October, November, but there's a lot to come out before then. And according to these cards, 2 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 5 months from now, so she was count March, April, May, June, July, by the summer, we'll know more. But my first vision of all of this was that 1 was going to be released, not 2. So I hope nothing happens to him. I hope they can get him out of there. Do you know what I mean? But it's a definite targeting. I don't care what anybody says. It's a targeting, and he was fitted up. I don't see that. I feel it. He was calling too much out. There's still the baddies, Mama Sipa on Twitch. There's still the baddies at play here. Do you know what I mean? And I've never like categorized with different hats. I just see it that, because that's looking at things very black and white in this world, and the world's not like that. And I actually do feel there's good operations and dark operations and dark operations and good operations. It comes down to the individual. But I do feel that he's definitely been targeted. But I also think is a bigger picture coming out of the physical world from the collective. We have to see these things to see how bad things are, really. Anybody who is controversial, anybody who speaks against, these sociopaths, they'll try and take down. That's why they took Trump down. That's why they took Trump down. And it takes controversial people. They don't have to be nice people. Yeah? You've got to have ruthless in you to take ruthless down. But what Andrew was doing is he was empowering young men. Be it if you like him or you don't like him. My sons were watching him and they were helping them. So if you think about it, there's an attack on they don't want men empowered. Why don't they want men empowered? Think about it. Hi, Sherry. But he can be naughty. We know he can be naughty, like Trump can be naughty. Yeah? But at the same time that they're there to show where these players are in place to show where how bad things are, to wake we all up. And that's right, Sue Ellen, they want to destroy the family unit. So it's going to take a long time, and you'll never be able to eradicate all the evil off the planet. It's impossible, but it's been out of balance. And because there's been a mass awakening, we now see for what they really are. So everything now what's taken place, we are asking ourselves, is there a hidden agenda behind it? Yeah? So we've got to use our hearts to see what's true and what's not. We've got a jumper here. Let's see what it is. Empress energy. So the Empress energy is coming in to also help the masculine energy as well. I'm getting this tonight for the collective. And she's the nurturer. So the Empress energy is the woman, the goddess, the woman who gives birth. Without the womb, there can't be humanity. Okay. But she's also not just the womb, she's the nurturer. There she is, like breastfeeding her baby. I don't know if you can see it. And she's got an anchor around her neck. But she's connected with nature. So she's coming in to help the masculine energy. Not to make them, I don't mean to make them feminine, but to nurture them. To nurture them. And there's a feminine energy, and I believe it's coming in from a grandmother in spirit for Andrew Tate. I want to see where I got him. It's horrible conditions where they've got him, him and his brother. Horrible. I think they've got them separated as well. Cockroaches, damp, freezing, nasty food. You wouldn't put a dog in these places, you know what I mean? So you could get poorly anyway, even if you were fit, Can you remember that, was it Prison Break? I loved that, where he had the tattoo. There was him and his brother, and they had the tattoo on their arm, and it was to escape out of prison. But I mean, you've got to be really tough in these prisons, these male prisons. And he's poorly at the moment, so he's not tough at the moment. I liked Prison Break. He is being protected. His grandmother's coming in and she's nurturing him. It's like he needs good soup in him and he needs to see a proper doctor. And he was actually getting treatment, wasn't he? But then if you look at it, how many other awful situations of innocence is stuck in these awful jails as well? So we're being awakened to how cruel this whole system is. So they had all that hype with that woman. Remember that woman? You know, the Gadji woman. If anybody doesn't know what Gadji means, it means guy over here in Geordie language. The sportswoman, and they got her out of jail. I don't know where she was. Where was she? But I mean, America helped her. They helped her. It's like two rules here, and it really annoys us. You know, because it was something to do with something she had on her. Some cannabis oil or something. Was it Russia? When America's supposed to be at war with Russia, but then they can go in and get somebody out of their jail. So they've got some clout, they've got some power, the White House. So think about this, why hasn't the White House gone in to get the Tate brothers out of Romanian jail? Because they don't want him out of Romanian jail. I'm on a rant tonight. It must be the moon. Sorry, guys. So we are going to experience a lot of craziness. I mean, the recent thing going on with the WhatsApp gate. I mean, oh my God, the WhatsApp gate, you know, when we were told that we couldn't go near our elderly parents in the lockdown, and, you know, we're coming on with our pompous speeches on the news and that, and saying stay indoors and stay away, and they did it for 2 Christmases in a row. 2 Christmases. I could not see my dying brother because of what them shits were saying on world news, because unfortunately family members were, you know, because I hadn't been jabbed, I couldn't go near him. So they robbed me, like many people out there, they couldn't. And at the time I was saying to my mother, they'll be partying. Don't be so ridiculous. I was bloody right, they were partying. But not only were they partying, they were scoffing about the British public on WhatsApp and laughing because people who had lost their jobs couldn't go to work because the government was saying they couldn't go to work and fining them £10,000, and yet they were doing that and they get away with it. So there's a lot more to come out here, and I just think that we just need to let it all fall into place. But when the Fool card comes out, it means that we are protected. We are protected. That's what it means. But there's a big loss here. So it's going to get pretty toxic, you know. It could be the pump up to do with the 15-minute cities. It could be the pump up to do with many different things. Many different things. Schools and rights and people losing their jobs. I think there's going to be a lot of strikes. We're now having problems to do with food shortages. But there's a 5, and obviously, you know, the 5's a loss. So there's a lot of conflict coming. So Holly D in the Twitch audience says, I met a Persian man who was a huge gentleman. I think we haven't got to believe everything what's said. I think it comes down to the individual, doesn't it? Is Kamala Harris going to take over for a short time with Biden? Ooh. Well, it's the protocol. I would say it's the protocol that would happen. But she seems very sort of weak, like she's not in the limelight much, is she? Seven of Swords. I don't think the plan is for her to be in. So how would that work? I've just seen Trump's face and he's very agitated. I don't know what time it is where he is. But he's really agitated. He sort of comes alive at night time, doesn't he? That's when he's doing all his texting and his Telegram and that. And Truth Social. Right, okay. So I don't know why I'm getting something doesn't fit right with Kamala, unless it's that she doesn't do very well or she's in there with another woman. Let's have a look. But you don't see her much, do you? With the other vice presidents, you're seeing more of. Have you seen her recently? It's like she doesn't seem to be out there saying much. Where is she? Very strange. This is interesting. So, I mean, there is good Democrats out there, you know. There really, really is. Like, I believe that politics is just part of the matrix and it's there to divide anyway. Into the future, there's going to be a more middle of the road. There's going to be a better side on either side. But I've just asked the cards there where Kamala is. And I got the moon card, which is deceit. So there's a lot of deceit. Look at that. Like in the shadow. Hiding. They hate her because every time she speaks, she says nonsense. Well, she laughs a lot, doesn't she? But I think the Democratic side knows she's not really strong enough, so they need somebody else in. But there's something definitely up going on. Definitely up going on. And they're trying to keep Biden going as much as possible. There's the Emperor card. That's a red energy. Let's have a look. A lot of these politicians are really raking it in, you know what I mean? That's what we need to be doing. We need to be raking it in. We need to get into this abundance. We need to get into our cups half full, not half empty. But we're not greedy people. We just want to get by. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of greed. There's been a lot of things hidden. So how there's been scandals, what's come out with the Tory party, expect scandals to come out possibly around the Democratic Party or possibly watch for it to come out there. But that's what we need to be doing. Getting roses. I'm getting all the songs, roses. And I'm getting that roses are red, violets are blue. Yeah, we haven't got to worry. I'm not saying we're sticking our head in the sand, but we need to start worrying, don't we? And I'm getting that rock band, what's Bed of Roses. I don't know where I'm getting that. Roses. There's going to be people all gathering with roses. Why am I getting that? And they're gathering somewhere. And it's after a disaster. Now, sometimes when I'm seeing a vision, I could be reading a year out, you know. Strange that. We should be thriving, yeah. It's all the tax, isn't it? And I'm not one of them people who went on about Nazara Jazara, you know. I never believed that. You know what I mean? I mean, you had these daft people saying, oh, don't pay your taxes. You know what I mean? But these people who are saying that, you know, they probably weren't paying their taxes anyway, because they were probably fiddling and God knows what. Do you know what I mean? But I do believe things are definitely going to change. They definitely are. But there's a nastiness to do with the tax situation in the USA. I was horrified to find out that when you don't work, you have to pay taxes. We don't have that over here in the UK. So there's a lot of unfairness, and there's a lot of stuff to be uncovered there to do with the USA. If it's not uncovered by 2024, it will be by 2025. Okay, so there's better Democrats to come in, and there's better Republicans to come in. I was going to look into Trump, wasn't I? But these guys, you know, like you know, the dark individuals, the satanic individuals, they're still at play. And Satanism, you see, the thing is here, right? It's a free will world. God gave us... Oh, do you like my necklace? It's Celtic cross from Edinburgh. My dad got us it. It's a free will world. So there's going to be a lot of Satanists coming out. It's going to get very shocking, actually. But you can't change the way they are, just as long as they don't affect you. But they are trying to eradicate the church. They are trying to get rid of the church, and that'll never happen. We're in a holy war. We're in a holy war. But it's respect. Respecting, you do your thing, we'll do our thing. You'll never be able to eradicate that off or away. That's the Democrats celebrating into the future with a new leader. And there's a woman to rise. There's two different timelines, and there's a woman to rise who could sit in the White House. It's a free will world. It certainly is. I've ran the charts on Kamala, you know, and it was that she doesn't seem to be... It's really strange. Going on a birth date and everything, it was supposed to be that she was supposed to be in the White House and she was supposed to be better than Biden and all of this. And yet it doesn't go with that person. It's really, really strange. So I'm sometimes wondering if Kamala is Kamala. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really weird. I feel like that you're running our charts, but it doesn't seem psychically. I don't feel like it fits her. It's really strange. That's her there. Something's off. Something's off with that. Let's look at Trump. I like Tulsi. I don't know Soul Antra. I really don't know. But because I'm a factual person, you know, I like to see, I have to feel it to see it. But something doesn't fit with that. Does that make sense? There's so many different synths and different people walking amongst me, you know what I mean? Let's see what's going on with Trump. I just seen him he's really, really wound up at the minute. So angry. I'm getting that song. Remember that song from the 80s? Temptation. Dee 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 dee. Temptation. Right. So there's something coming out. There's more scandals coming out. But he's really angry at the minute. And something's going on. We don't know what's going on. Did you like that song, Beetlebug? Has he lost a ton of weight, has he? He doesn't look well either, does he? But there's some corker to come out there with him. I know he's going to say something. Let's have a look. I mean, nobody would be in all the hatred. I've always said he's got iron skin. He's had all that hatred at him for years, you know. Because it affects you. It comes into your aura. He's ruthless warrior. Something's about to be, there's something to come out. He's going to spill the beans on something, and I don't know where it is. It's really, really huge. But he's also not well. Something's to come out. Big news is to come out. But he's also not well. He doesn't look the same, does he? Can you hear us okay? There's also something to come out about money with him, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's another raid or something. I don't think Trump's not well. Biden's not well, but I don't think Trump's not well either. But then again, it could just be he's feeling it. Do you know what I mean? With everything what's happening. But there's something big to come out about hidden money, and I don't know which side that's coming out from. How is his marriage? Still love each other? Yeah. She gets angry with him sometimes. She doesn't like him to lose his temper, you know. She's quite bossy with him behind closed doors. That's why he likes the Eastern European women, because they like that. She doesn't like him ranting online. But that's Trump. He used to do it on Twitter, didn't he? And he can go back on Twitter if he wants, but it's his ego thing why he doesn't go back on Twitter. He's exhausted. I mean, without going into intricate detail, because it's their private life, you know what I mean? I don't think he can be like that all the time like he could when he was a younger man, but they do still share the bed. Sometimes they don't. So I think she's got a separate bedroom, and then they come together when they want to come together. Does that make sense? But that's fair enough. But she gets angry with him, and I don't know what he drinks too much of. Not alcohol. I don't know if it's Coca-Cola or too much coffee. He hypes himself up. He reminds us that he's got some sort of ADHD or something. She's very much into healthy eating and healthy. Well, he's not. He's not into healthy eating, you know. He likes his McDonald's and stuff like that. She's into all her prepping foods and nice foods and things like that. But she keeps him right. She keeps him a check. But they have separate bedrooms and come together when they want. That to me sounds pretty good, mate, that. You don't always have to go by the rule book, do you know what I mean? But he doesn't need much sleep. And she likes... she's got like a routine. She's very strict that way. Most upper wealthy people keep separate bedrooms, do they? Well, Diet Coke's not good for you. I mean, Coke's not good anyway. I'm talking about Coca-Cola, not the other stuff. But Diet Coke's, it's got aspartame in that in, that's worse than sugar, which can cause all sorts of things. I mean, obviously they eat together, have an evening meal together. She gets upset for him because I see that she wants to go away somewhere with him, somewhere like snowy, skiing somewhere with her in the sun. But he doesn't switch off, and that's what she gets upset about. That's funny, Debbie. Oh my God, sounds like my marriage, except I'm the Trump side. Are you the naughty? Because your husband's really into fitness and that, isn't he? And he's good. That's so funny. Right, I'm going to have a break, and then we're going to look into a bit more of the ball, and then I'm going to do some raw remote viewing. We've got 750 in Twitch and 621 in YouTube. Aspartame, it's a sugar replacement, Gority. But they have other ones as well. Sugar replacement, saccharin and all of that. It's not good for you. Do you know my good friend, Karen? I mean, she's over it now. She ended up with kidney cancer, and she lost a kidney. She'll not mind us saying it. She survived it. God bless her. She's never smoked or drank in her life, but all her life she was drinking diet drinks, constantly on a diet and drinking all these diet drinks, and I think that's what caused it for her. You've got to be so careful. Sometimes natural sugar's better than all these sugar replacements and that. Are you addicted to it, Richard? I sometimes have to stop and look at your comments because they're so funny and it gives us a chuckle. Diabetes, eat fresh fruit, not sugar. I like honey. I'm like Winnie the Pooh. I like me honey. Yeah, when I was at in the spa at Slaley Hall on Sunday, they had lemon water at the bar, and then you could just go and get it. It was beautiful. Lemons are very good for you, you know. I know that I've got a lot of followers in here who are into all sorts of natural remedies and that. One of my good friends, client, Jackie, she lives in Spain. She's a very good psychic. I don't know if she's watching us now. But she's also into all the alternative stuff and natural remedies and that. And she was going on about lemons the other day. Lemons are very good for you. You like Snicker bars? Oh, well, I like Mars bars. I just had a Cadbury's flake there before I come online. And you're so slim, Debbie. Do you know what it is? I'm just talking about chocolate and lemons, and yous are just chattering away there. That's what I love about yous. Yous are so funny. Give us 5 minutes. I'll be as quick as I can. I'm going to go make a juice, have a naughty cigarette break. Garlic's good for you. Yeah. And I'll be back. And then we're going to do some raw remote viewing, which I like doing. I'm going to share with you what I do, and we're going to take it from there. If the Penny and Bobby does your head in, just turn it down until I come back on. Go and make your cuppas or whatever you want to do. Go and get your popcorn or whatever you want to do. I'll be back on as quick as I can. Okay. Be back on and give us 5 and I'll come back, okay? Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Can you hear us? Adam's drank all the juice, so I've had to make myself another decaf coffee. I think there's a bit of a time delay there on YouTube. Can you hear us? Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I drew the last time. I'm not going to draw tonight. I'm just going to tell you. And I want to turn the lights down in a minute. I just want to see if I can see any more stuff what's coming off over the next couple of weeks. Okay. Again, I'm seeing some situation taking place in the sea, an event in sea, so you need to watch for this. And I am seeing China troops, but they could be observing. There's going to be a bit of a worry, like a bit of a heart stopper, and it's coming in with Russia and China. So I don't know if they are planning something here. And I do feel Russia's planning on invading another country there. Or looks like it's invading, but you know what the media's like, they could be ramping this up. But there's something to come off soon. And that's going to give the excuse for the USA to step in and the UK to step in. There's something here, and it's an event in sea or a problem. But I've always said where the troops go out, they'll come back in again. It could be the South China Sea. So we need to watch for this. I also want to send healing and blessings out there to Taiwan. But it's like it looks in the crystal ball like they're going in the opposite direction. It's like 2 or 3 big powerful countries coming together. And there's going to be a lot of debates about this. You know, should they go in, shan't they go in? And I did touch upon this in my looking glass last night. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out. I mean, I look at the Ukraine, you know, and it is obliterated. But there is still people there on the outskirts and that, carrying on with their lives and that. But all is not what it seems. I'm seeing something about radioactive or radiation here. And there's a worry with it. And I'm seeing an image in this crystal ball of burnt out, frazzled fields. At the same time, there's going to be an event what's going to take place over Saudi, or some signing of contracts, something big what's going to take place. There is going to be a shortage of food, and we do need to still readdress things with food is the word that I want to say. Still readdress things with food. We need to pray for peace tonight, we do. One night, I might do it Thursday actually, I'll see how I feel. But we could do like a mass prayer if you want. And I'll do some channeling on Thursday. Like to raise the vibrations here. I'm seeing American children, and there's a scandal coming out to do with schools, and I'm getting seeing people pulling their kids out of schools. It's not all schools, by the way. It's some states. There's going to be that, and it's going to be talked about. And then as you've got all this hoo-ha, I haven't seen it yet, to do with what Tucker Carlson's, everything what's happened there. I'll have to check it out later, actually. My feeling is that the left is saying it's not the case. Is that right? There's food shortages in Australia, is there? When I think of food in Australia, I always think of Vegemite. I love Vegemite. My daughter-in-law, who's from Australia, got us onto Vegemite, and I love it. I was a Marmite girl until I got into Vegemite. I love it. I need to get some tomorrow, actually. I ran out of it. Makes a nice snack. I'm also saying something about New Zealand with farmers. You've got like the New Zealand lamb and stuff like that, haven't you? And lots of vegetables. And I'm sort of seeing the native people over there, the natives. And I don't know if they're having some sort of gathering to do with their culture. But there's going to be some big news around about the time for the people of Australia, around about the time there's celebrations in New Zealand. So watch for that as well. Just got to drink a coffee here. It's heavy, this crystal ball, you know. Yeah, Dems making excuses. Well, that sort of fits, doesn't it? I want to say the old Dems. Dems are going to change. The Dems are going to change. There's also a man who's going to be a Dem. And I don't know if he's come into... There's a young man on the Republican side. There's women to come forward. These are new candidates, by the way. And this is not 2024, it's 2028. But there's a young man to rise in the Democratic Party because there's new up and coming young star seeds to come in. Everybody's changing, everyone's evolving, and it's to come into politics as well. And this young man's going to have a JFK energy about him. And he's quite a catch with the ladies. He's going to be loved. But I don't feel he's coming to sort of play yet. So I don't know if this is 2024 or 2028. So watch for this young man. And if I'm getting it wrong, he's on the other side. But he's got that edge about him. So that's exciting for America, isn't it? I want to go into the UK again. There's just scandals after scandals. And I said this would come out with Parliament. We will go Labour Britain again. I'm unsure on Angela Rayner. I'm unsure on her. I did see a woman with red hair and a big voice would come forth. But she's not the one. If it was Labour Britain, it would be Starmer, wouldn't it? Whatever he's called. Keir Starmer or something like that. And I'm not keen on him. So it's very compressed. It's very compromised in the UK. It's very compromised. It needs a feminine energy. And I think a lot of this, what's going on around the world, you know, all this hoo-ha, what's been happening over the last couple of years, a lot of the root of it is to do with England, is to do right to the root. There's the core of it, you know, MI6, all of that. There's been tentacles all connected. I don't know why I'm getting pasta. This is what I like about scrying, because it just randomly gives you stuff. And this is what I love about it, because my guides take over with it. We need to get our pasta in. Is there going to be a shortage of pasta? Pasta's quite reasonably priced, isn't it? Yeah, London. We need to go Labour Britain again. But with a good person. I mean, not Tony Blair type of person. Do you know what I mean? We need somebody nice in. Not a warmonger type of person. going to pull some cards out on the UK because it worries us. My homeland. It's part of the empire, isn't it? Hiya, Anna. The UK. What's going on with Parliament? And I'm sure I said to you, I'm convinced I said to you last year as well, there's more scandals to come out with Boris. And Boris was in on this WhatsApp gate carry on. He's a naughty boy, Boris. But you know, Boris and Rishi, they're all part of the WAF. They're all part of it all, you know what I mean? There's going to be a problem to do with homes in Britain. But I've got safe home protection. And whatever's going to come out with mortgages, or it could be people who are having problems heating their homes, that type of thing. It's interest rates, that's what it is. It's to do with interest rates. But, you know, a little while ago when we had, we got PPI, checks on payment protection insurance, we got money back. I see something like that coming into play, and there'll be scandals with banks, so watch for that. If it's not 2024, it's 2025, no later. Well, actually, it'll not be 2025, it'll be before then. So it could be this year or next. So some banks, there will be scandals. There's more to come there. They're going to be shamed out of Parliament. That's a Liberal man, and he's right in the middle. To any USA followers who are watching this now, Liberal's not Liberal like it is over where yous are. So you've got Labour, then you've got the Tories, which the Tories could be equivalent to your Democrats, maybe. And then the Labour's equivalent to your Republicans, maybe. And then in the middle, we've got the Liberal. We used to have the Liberal Party, didn't we? And there's somebody coming in the middle, and it's a man, and he's pretty good. But he could be a Labour guy. I don't think he's a Tory. If he is, he's a very nice person, put it that way. But there's a fair, I don't mean fair to look at, fair in honesty, in strength. Oh, Boris is a real naughty boy. So there's a lot of cleanup to happen in Britain. There really, really is. But there is, amongst all of this crap, there's a baby boom, and I don't know why I'm getting it. There's a baby boom. It's as if everything that they've wanted, the darker side, is wanted this not to happen. And it's actually, there's going to be a baby boom. And a lot of multiple births coming out, so I don't know why I'm getting that. That could be a young woman. She could be a Tory. She could well be a Tory. But also I'm getting... she's darkish to the hair. But she's straight to the point. A baby boom, yeah. But if you think about it, there was a baby boom in the lockdown because people were, you know, all these young couples were trapped in their houses and they were doing it, weren't they? So they ended up falling preggers. That's what happened. But there's another one. So it makes me wonder, are they going to try something else? Could there be something where people are trapped in their houses again? Remember where there's a polar opposite, where there's negative, positive always comes in. Where there's negative, positive always comes in. There's a woman, I'm still sticking with a woman to rise in the UK, who will put the balance back. But she has to have, like the Iron Lady. Well, not many people like Thatcher, but she was the Iron Lady. She was up against all them toffs in Parliament. But this woman stands no shit. She is strong. She's got an iron back on her. But she could be a Labour woman. We definitely will go Labour Britain again. As of when, I'm not sure. There's peace for Britain, but it's going to take time. But there will be worse things to come out, unfortunately, before we get there. I want to see when the lights go out. So is there a problem with power outages, that type of thing? And as I've said that, I see Putin's face again. 8 and 3. 3 of swords. Swords is months, by the way. 8. 5 months from now, there's going to be all sorts of shenanigans going on. So it's going to take time. This is sorting out you. Labour, we all, the UK, there's worry at the minute. There is a lot of worry with the UK. And what they're doing is they're bringing in a lot of different refugees. And it's going to cause a lot of problems. And I don't know why, but this is what's happening. I'm under the impression that when they're taking these refugees, that the government get paid from somewhere for doing this. They make money from bringing in people. But it's the people of England what suffer. Does that make sense? But they make money. Every person they bring in overseas, they get money for it. That's what I feel. I'm just trying to read your comments here. So, there is a feminine energy eventually. I think this hoo-ha is going to go on until 2025. So long after the craziness, what's going to take place with the US next election. It's all ramping up around the world and everyone's going digital. But there's a lot of protests to come in the UK and stuff like that. There's something to come out. I'm going to dim the lights in a minute. There's something to come out with the UK and the US. And it's something what's going to be exposed, what's already happened. I want you to remember this. This is what my guides are saying. And it's from a past situation. What they're going to... There's something about documents, papers, and it's going to be so shocking. I want you to remember that. And it's something what's going on behind the scenes. There's the biggest leak to come. That's what I want to say. The biggest leak is yet to come. It's like the Twitter files, but it's bigger. Okay. Bigger than that. Connected. Well before. Could it be something to do with the US election from the past? there's leaks. There's more leaks to come out. And there's going to be a lot of debates on it. I want to say angels are working on all of this, but it doesn't mean that all of this is getting corrected, that Trump's going to get back in. My understanding is he's not well. And I've always said it's the race to the finishing line. Do you see what I mean? It's definitely like the race to the finishing line. Revelations, definitely. I'm going to pull one more card out and then I'm going to dim the lights. So you've had two sets of real predictions there. Somebody had said, it was on YouTube, one of my comments, that you go on too long, like 3 hours is too long. But sometimes it needs must, do you know what I mean? Sometimes needs must. But I can't, there's no way physically I can do 3 hours 3 times a week streaming. One, 2 hours maybe, but sometimes I can push it to longer on a Sunday. I know, do you like my necklace? I swap around and I put different necklaces on. But I felt the need to put this on tonight for some unknown reason. Got a jumper. That's King Charles. Interesting. Ten of Swords. A lot of problems behind the scenes. We've got the Page of Pentacles, and I know Harry's a man, but a lot of damage there. But I still think he wants him there. I don't think that he doesn't want him there. But I know there's been problems recently about Harry's visa. Excuse me. Running out. And then, of course, he exposed in his book and what he was doing in the past with drugs and stuff like that. And you know what the US is like. So I don't know if they're going to try and use that to get him out. But there's going to be a problem with Harry. And I do see Harry's feet back on UK soil, so watch for that. Definitely coming out. It all looks a farce with King Charles and this coronation. But like I say, if it does come off, which it possibly could, and it'll be all, you know, full of pomp and everything, and as we do, we're very good at doing that, being British. I don't think he's going to be in there long. But the Sun card is interesting this summer. Big news coming in around the royal family this summer. And I want to say it's after the coronation. So there's something not quite right there with Charlie. Definitely. I do believe Harry will be there. Yeah, Marie. But I don't think Harry's happy. I really don't. He thought he would feel better after doing the book. I wonder if there's another book coming out or another interview. But he's not happy. Part of us ascending, we've got to speak about things and get it off our chest. He's just done it that way. And I believe they're getting a lot of hatred at the minute with everything what's happened with the everything. But I just don't think he's fully happy. And I get Diana, you know, she's in spirit and she's very sad that the boys are like not getting on. But they haven't got on for a long, it's sibling rivalry. It's been like that for a long time. I mean, both of them, there's a lot of brothers what don't get on. You know, brothers with their fisticuffs, that type of thing. You know, my sons are like that, but anybody else hurts them outside, they'll both stick up for each other. And that's the reminders of like my Luke and Adam, you know, it's like William and Harry, it's just they've got that. So, but the media just jump on this and they make this worse, do you know what I mean? But he's not happy. Do you suppose that Harry got his book approved by any of his family members besides his wife? I don't know. He's very close to Zara, but she's not a royal, remember, because Princess Anne kept her kids out of it. She didn't want them to be in on it. So Zara, Princess Anne's daughter, is very close to Harry. And I think she's even had words with him. I think he's missing them all. He never wanted it to go this far. He never did. So I still think he's messed up. So there's more dramas to come in there. Edward and Sophie, they're nice them. You see, the real darkness is the media corporation, you know, is, you know, all of these 3-letter agencies. The matrix, you know, everything what's wanting to divide everywhere. I feel sorry for him. People, it's sort of like it's brought the hatred out. And anybody thinks they're a young couple, but it's brought the hatred out on them or the love out on them. It's sad, really. But I feel, I don't know of when, at some point he's going to come back to the UK, but not yet. That's how he's feeling at the minute. He thought he would feel better by writing the book, but he's not in a good place at the moment. I mean, the South Park thing possibly has tipped him over the edge, like. Do you know what I mean? Russia will be reborn after all this, and there'll be a new Russia as well. For the people of Russia, there'll be no communism. But the next male leader to come in after Putin is worse. And I even feel into the future China will have an uprising. Terrible communism, as you know, over there. But there's a lot of the younger generation will fight back at this. Because we are spirit beings and we've come to this planet to change the system. It's not where we've gone wrong is we've handed it over to the politicians. Do you know what I mean? Russia is in the prophecies, is it? And the big corporations like BlackRock and places, you know, they're the ones which are all part of this. sometimes when we're healing, things can get toxic. And I did say last year, I'm sure I did, that there'll be a lot of people in the public eye who will not be able to avoid this. So it will be messy and juicy and all out there. So it's not just going to be with Harry. It's going to be with other people in the limelight. There was a video that I did, and it was remote viewing on Mars. It's in my YouTube library. You'd have to scroll down. It was last year sometime. Or was it the year before? Anyway, it was quite a long time ago. Remote view of Mars. And right at the end, I think you'll enjoy it, guys who haven't seen it. Right at the end, I do a prophecy on what's about to take place. And I actually came out with this before all the hoo-ha when Russia invaded Ukraine and all that. I'm sure I came out with it all before this. So you have to check it out. And I talked about the bear will roar, which is Russia. The dragon will fight and protect our nest. And I'm sure I was channeling one of my guides who gave us it. You'd have to check it out. So it's like everything vamps up. It's all the three sort of heads coming together. But I think that this loops around every couple of 100 years, and then they create a war because they want to get rid of the population, or they'll create something. And they're running out of ideas, guys. I'll be honest with you. They're running out of ideas. What's next? A fake alien invasion? I like what Alvin's put on YouTube. The aliens must be saying, what the hell did we create? Because we actually were there experimenting, we've got out of hand. I'm still sticking there's a feminine energy to go across the whole globe. And there's even a woman in the East to rise. She's small. Well, most Chinese women are small, aren't they? She's Asian small. And she's got a loud voice. And she will rise. And she's got the dragon energy. Do you remember that prediction? The prophecy says the bear and the eagle will defeat the dragon. Okay. But the dragon still moves on into the future. The Chinese people, I've looked way, way on as I can see future. You see, I've been able to do that with my scrying. And the Chinese people are still about. Maybe it's the dragon of the Communist Party then. So we're in the eye of the storm, guys. We really, really are. But I really do believe we'll be all right. I'm still sticking that we'll be all right. We just need to all stick together. If we look back through the centuries, our ancestors, how many wars has there been? World wars, and through greedy men, through politicians, look what Hitler did, and all for power. Just going to wrap these up in my cloth, and we're going to it is a worry, because if he starts nuking, they'll go for power plants and things like that to take what out, and trade bays where ships are coming in. Power plants, nuclear power plants, that's where you'll go for to trap with. And it's the fallout as well, isn't it? But there is a timeline of that, but I also see a beautiful timeline. And tonight I want to raise the vibrations and take you through week by week. And hopefully that will not come to that. There will be a threat of it. There is a worry about Germany, and I've picked this up in my previous world predictions where I was given, it's something to do with an old law, and you're going back to the 50s where apparently he's got paperwork thinking he's got the rights to cross over to go into Germany. But we are ascending, and as Patricia has put here, the world will not be like this into the future. It won't. There'll be peace. There will be a race of people who will not stand for all this crap. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't know that, Mama Speaker. But I mean, they have other things, you know, there's frequency attacks, and there's all sorts of things they have now. That would be the last resort. But they're all very clever at sitting there behind their big desks and their big houses, threatening they're going to nuke this and they're going to nuke them, and all sides are doing it. But it doesn't matter about the consequences of the people, does it? We have no weapons in the UK. Are you sure about that? I think we've got weapons. It's quite powerful military we've got in the UK. Darkness needs to be healed. We just need to watch this play out. I think that what he'll try to start to first, we could have cyber attacks or outages. That's what will happen first. But you just need to watch what takes place over the next 2 to 3 weeks, okay? Could be 2 to 3 months, but it's definitely all running up before the summer. Definitely. Oh, I see what you mean, Beetlebug. Nuke, like I say, if he was going to do that, that would be the last resort. But he also knows it's by doing that, he's going to get it back. It's very interesting, isn't it? So I'm going to turn the lights down. Give us 2 minutes. I just need to go and blow my nose. I know that sounds disgusting. I'll be back in 2 minutes, right? So I feel comfortable, and I'm going to turn the lights down. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes. I'll turn the lights off. That's better. Can you hear us? I think I've got a bit of a time delay. Can you hear us? Yeah? Right. I haven't got my headband. I'll just do that. Oh, that's not good, is it? Dee 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 dee. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go with visions and tell you what I can see. And let's go with it. So sit back and relax. This is remote viewing, raw remote viewing, which I get most nights. I don't put everything out because some of it doesn't even make sense until it happens. Do you know what I mean? The reason why I'm putting this cloth around my eyes is because it's dark so I can see better. Let's get a coffee before I start. Doesn't do wonders for the makeup, like. Now, I can't read your comments, guys. I'm not that clever to look through the cloth. Okay. Right. Just going to see what I see. Hope you can hear us okay. Yeah. Just waiting for my light to come in. I just feel like this is going to drop. Got to pull over. See, if I'm doing it on my own, I'll lie on the bed, on my couch in the dark. Right. Okay. I'm seeing military young men and women. And they're going up onto big aircraft carriers. Troops. This is future event. Future event. I am seeing support troops. I don't know why I'm getting these codes, but I'm getting GM 117. I don't know what that means. Troops going into Ukraine. And then I'm seeing event, news flash, high alert, troops having to turn around and go back to to their own countries. This is UK as well. And then being deployed out again in an opposite direction. I'm seeing the Black Sea. And I'm seeing problems of France and Germany. And Romania. Problems to come. I'm now seeing aircraft carrier. It's what the president uses. There's bands, music, last post. Coffins, event, sadness, people crying, people clapping. I'm hearing the last post. I'm seeing Donald Trump making an announcement. This is past? No. Watch this situation. Air Force One. Highlight. High streets. Tall buildings either side. Marksmen. People running into shops. Hot, New York, hot weather. These are just raw visions. Tickets for Mars. 2027 footage. People watching sky. Everyone's watching it on television. Sitting up late, middle of the night. Box office, everybody's selling tickets. Man will put foot on Mars. Televised. Bigger than the moon. And again, announcements like one step for mankind. Sister company coming off from South Park. After attack with comedy, they are trying to take comedy away. Humor is part of God's speech to raise the vibration. I'm going into the sky. I'm floating in the clouds. I'm in a space ship with extraterrestrial presence and man. They are shown great technology man will put around Earth. They have manipulated whether this will all change. The technology was reversed. It will work in our favour. They will stop this. After burnouts, great earth fires, Africa, I see the animals running, kangaroos running, Australia. Cloth, garments, problems, trade, going into there, rest state. Wait a second, we're in rest state. I go into the void. Why have I gone into a void? Quarry, big crater, military. North Pole. South Pole. Exiting in and out through out of mountain rock, flying machines, secret military, high officials, rock, mountain, down in a crater, in and out. I'm seeing US Army trucks. US going in, down into the cities, underground cities, openings. They're flying the crafts in and out. These are man's crafts. Flying machines. Explosions in sky will be the war. They are fighting now with energy weapons, not nuclear. In and out. Underneath the sea. I'm swimming with a dolphin. I'm communicating with a dolphin and our babies. She's communicating. They're worried. Mass oil, debris, sea, choking the babies, killing the cubs, the pups, our babies. She's sick. There's a lot of dolphins and whales getting sick. They can't get the nourishment. There's something they're putting into the sea. It's affecting the algae. It's affecting everything they eat, the fish. She's pregnant with twins and she's got babies with her. Be okay. I'm stroking her tummy and I'm riding on her fin. And then there's a big, great whale coming up. White whale. They came from Sirius. B, C. They planted them in the water. They communicate. The frequency I cannot channel. Many alien species in our sea. We have to go through the Great Reset to come to the other end, for them then to bring in the alien technology to put into the sea, to hoover the sea. We are dying. We need help. I'm holding her. We need to raise the vibration. She's asking for prayers for her babies. His sister is with babies as well. They swim together, they stay together. Now, I don't know if this is the whales or the dolphins, but I'm being told that they all look after each other's babies. They are trying to get from one end to the other. They need to get away. They know they are psychic. They know what's coming in sea. They know. Blessings. They are connected with the gods. And the rubbish, the netting. She lost a calf, she lost a baby. What got straight away and got caught in netting and cut with plastic, and he died. They grieve. They all gather together and they sing. Let's bless the whales and let's bless the dolphins. They are using a fuel. They are underneath the seabed. They have drilled underneath the seabed. They have great openings. Underwater cities, and the fuel they use has poisoned the ocean as well. It's killed a lot of the fish. They disagree. They never wanted this. But there will be an explosion near oil, the sea, fire and sea. Off the coast, Ukraine, Russia and UK, problems with oil rigs. Burnout Island. Flooding Fiji. Fiji, floods. Great floods. People in Barbados crying. I'm now connecting with an octopus. And this is an off-world octopus. A beautiful being that I've channeled this before. They use these octopuses, they put them in the sea. They communicate through AI to clean the seabed. This is a being of light, blue, purple, shining light. Highly intelligent being of the light. being operated with an AI technology from highly advanced beings. They are watching us. They are amongst us. They will come if you ask. Go invite again, sorry. What do you want? What do you want? I'm right in his face. It's extraordinary. Big eyes. Telecommunicating. They will work with us into the future with medicine. They will use our DNA. Great life underneath the sea can save humanity from heart disease to cancers. Algae is going to be mass produced in seaweed into the future. Extraordinary brain. We as mammals are all connected together, and they will use medicine in different ways. They have not wanted this to come out, he is saying. Grandfather octopus. So they would match your DNA to see what mammal you connect with. Then they can fix your heart like that with AI technology. Match your DNA to fix valves. They do this within medbed situations, but more highly advanced than a medbed. They match your DNA. Doctors on Earth do not do this. They use pig skin on all humans, and that is so wrong. Some of us are from fish, some of us are from mammals. We are all hybrids. So we are all unique, and we are matched into categories across the galaxy. So if you were having an operation on one of these starships, they would match your DNA and tell you what you needed to eat and what you needed to, how they could treat you. Some of us should not be eating meat. Some of us need to be eating meat. We are not all carnivorous. It is man and greed who has taken over to push this into us all. This is why there's an uprising with vegetarian and veganism. We are discovering who we really are. I have to feel like I need to touch him. Touch his face. His beautiful face. I'm communicating with a brain. It's a brain in an octopus, what's huge. But it's the octopuses collective. Octopuses are alien. And they are all over the galaxy. But I am with Grandfather Octopus, a highly intelligent extraterrestrial being, a Grandmaster from Sirius. Is there anything else you can see? When anything takes place, poisonous, war, that you are worried, he says go to underground, low ground. If you live near seashore, go to high ground, inside. Angels are working to remove this and to prevent this. There is far more damage they can do apart from nuclear. without alarming you, they have the technology to take cities out with one beam. They already have the extraterrestrial weaponry. They tested this with the fires which were in certain parts of the world. When you had the strange beams of the trees in is it California? They test this all the time. For now, he nods his head. He's a beautiful, intelligent being. And I feel like he's flicking one of his legs and doing that. He's so sweet. And he's doing some sort of mantis. Whoa, he's going right up on his hind legs. He's huge, he's huge, he's huge, he's huge. He's going up and he's bowing. He's bowing to you. He's so full of love. He's bowing. And yet this is I feel so overwhelmed. He's like a conscious being. And so powerful, so worshipped by all animal kingdom and other beings. And he's actually bowing. I feel like he's coming through, giving contact to us all. They love you so much. And we are protected. They want to help. They will come in. They will come. We will get contact. They will come when it's the right timing. Thank you. Namaste. Goodbye. I can't channel him. There's tones coming off him. There's tones of a vibration. And then he's going back into like this underground cave underneath the sea. Back swim with the dolphins. She's just had a baby. He's so tiny. And I'm taking them through to this cave, this magical cave. They're going underneath. And it's a place where they hide all the dolphins with the pure water. They have to go to safe places. They're on they're travelling to find these special caves Gaia has for them. And they will not become extinct. God bless the dolphins, the whales, and the octopuses in sea life. God bless Gaia. Amen. Whoa. It's you know what, right? You dig. I've never seen a being so huge before, but yet so full of love. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that. They will not become extinct. There's magical caves. Wow. At first I thought it was like a great big brain. He had a great big brain. He was like an octopus, but then he comes up. Octopuses always have a smile on their face. As above and below. Wow. There's two timelines going off at the same time. Well, there's many, but simultaneously going off at the same time, two main ones. And my understanding is that we're going to be okay, but we're going to witness like the sidetrack. Imagine you're on a motorway and you've got one, like we're going down the highway, we're going that direction, and then the opposite side, they're going that way. So we're like that. So we're going, whoa, what's going on there? That's where we're at the minute. We're on this highway. You look at me. I'm like, Harry Met Sally when she goes like that. We're on this highway of Earth at the minute, and we just have to keep going. We just have to keep our energies up, but we're shocked at what's going by with. And I want to leave that one with you. 2 timelines, main, like Hopi Prophecy Rock, yes. There's been many experiments done on octopuses, and it's so cruel. I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. I need to go now. It's 2:00 in the morning, and I've wrecked myself again because I didn't expect that. You see, you can't plan channeling. But when you go digging in the sea, you're going to come across all sorts of things, and I didn't expect that. So it was quite a surprise tonight. Oh, thank you, Marie. I do believe you can communicate with the dolphins. It's just meditate listening to them. But I'm off ski. I'm going to go and make a hot chocolate again. I've got a thing about hot chocolate at the minute, guys. Let's say a prayer. Let's thank him. I'll just put these away. Okay. So remember, if you need healing, you can write the name in the comments and you receive it. It's all timeless. I thank you, Michael. I thank you, Uriel. I thank you, Raphael. I thank you, Gabriel. I thank you, Jed, Star, White Buffalo, Lady Direwolf. And I thank you, Great Grandfather Octopus, and all the animals from the animal kingdom. We send healing and blessings out to all the dolphins and the whales and the octopuses, that they are protected, to the children, to the needy, to the frail, to the homeless, to all animals, that they are protected against cruelty. They are kept away from the devil's snare. I ask that every child on this planet is protected. Every youngster, anybody going through heartache or worry, that they will be soothed and protected tonight. Anybody who is sick, that they receive healing. And for the ones who are crossing over to the spirit world, that they are taken safely over to the heavens. I ask for protection of the new babies coming onto the earth plane, and that the parents are kept protected. Anybody who is struggling financially, that they see the light of day. And anybody who is going through abuse, that they are protected against the evil energies. And I send everybody healing this audience in this circle tonight. We now uncast the circle. You are all protected. You will receive the healing within your sleep if you need it. Amen. Oh, thank you. May the force all be with you all, guys. Protect those that war in the trenches. and then people who are trapped. And also to protect the people who are suffering from murder victims. And hiya, son. Oh, we've got Luke in the audience on Twitch. How are you doing, darling? Here's my lucky boy. You're up late. Have you been streaming? I love you too, my son. Oh, he's put night love you, ma'am. Love my boy. You're just about to go to bed. Have you been streaming, son? He's going to bed now, look. I bet you've been secretly watching. Haven't you? You've been secretly watching. Got Lucky Boy in the audience. You've just got finished work. Oh, son. I don't know, I talk to him like he's 2 when I shouldn't, you know. He's a full grown man. Yeah, seen you with something on your head before. Ha ha ha. Cheeky bugger. Go back to bed. No, yes. Oh, you've been streaming. Oh, that's good. Oh, he's saying hi to everybody in chat and everybody on YouTube. He's saying hi. It's Reload 901, my son. You been having your sweeties, son, when I sent you over? Well, I don't want to leave you guys, but especially since my son's come on. But I'll be back on Thursday night. I'm going to be... We'll see what takes with, because it's just all full of surprises, isn't it? You just never know what's going to happen. You've been eating the sweets I got you. That's good. The candy and that. Yeah, I channeled an octopus tonight at Luke. Night, darling. He's saying good night, everybody. I'll ring you tomorrow. He's laughing. Go to bed. I'll start ringing you and I'll wake your little girl up. Okie dokie. Well, I'm off to make a hot chocolate. Big news by Thursday. You never know. And good night to everybody on YouTube. And I'll be back on Thursday. What is Luke's Twitch? Reload 901. You just gaming. So he's just above you, Miggy. Reload 901. He's wanting followers to go on. He's a gamer. Empress is driving to Vegas on Thursday. Well, you'll be fine. We just got to see what unfolds. It's all very interesting. But it's nice to close with the octopus's energy. You can email us at louise.m.jones@hotmail.com. The link's all in my YouTube videos. And you can get it there as well. Like under the description of all my videos, you'll be able to find ways how to contact us through Facebook or email or whatever. And then I'll get back to you that way. I think, look, have you just added look onto your thing? You'll be pleased. Well, I'm off, guys. And I'm saying I've been off. I must go now. I must go. I'll put my little bell away. Thank you, angels. And good night. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you Thursday night. Take care now. Now, how do I get out of here? Oh, yes.